my name is Gwen. Today I'm going to be making banana bread. It's one of my favorite breads to make because it's super easy and it's super delicious. So I'm really excited to do this. So the first thing that I've done is I've got all my ingredients together. They've got this table. Let me show you what we have. So I'm going to be using flour, some dark brown sugar, baking soda, here's the salt. I have some sour cream, which may be a little unconventional, but trust me, it'll work out in the end. I have 4 bananas, and then I have 2 eggs, some butter, and then I like to put chocolate chips in my banana bread, so I've decided to include that as well. So now I'm going to measure them all out. Okay, so we have 1.5 cups of flour, half a cup of brown sugar. You can use light if you don't have dark, that's totally fine. I have the 1/3 of a cup of sour cream, the half a stick of butter or 4 tablespoons, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. The 2 eggs are still there, and then we have the 4 bananas that need to get mashed up so they can go into the batter. Okay. So I have a container, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel each of these bananas. They're a little mushy because they're a little old, but the older the better because they're just more sweet. Pop this in here and do the same for the rest of these. Just peel them and pop. My stomach is growling because I'm starving. These bananas smell really good. So I just have to wait for this bread to be done so I can eat it. I'm so excited. I just like to take a fork and just really like mash them down. I don't know if you guys can see, but just mash it into the container, and then eventually it will just become like really mushy, as you would assume, and it'll kind of be liquidy almost, but still have some of that solid form of the banana. The more ripe your bananas are, or like the older they are, the more brown they are, like the more liquidy it'll be, but it'll definitely be easier to mush them up, which is nice. But so these look pretty well mushed. I like still having some banana chunks in my bread, so I don't think I'm gonna make them like completely like liquefied. So let me show you what we have in the container. Okay, this is what it looks like. I hope you can see it. Yeah, so it's just all mushed up, and that's gonna go into the batter when we're ready. So that's it for prepping the ingredients. And so right now, I'm just gonna preheat the oven to 350, and then we're gonna get our pan ready. Oven's at 350. I'm using a loaf pan. I've also done this recipe with muffins. If you like muffins better than like a bread itself, the muffins work perfect. You just have to adjust the time a little bit. And so I'll tell you how to do that when we get to that step. So for the pan though, you're just going to get some spray. It's like just pan canola spray. Gets the job done. So I'm just gonna spray the pan. A light spray. No need to do too much. I'm gonna get some parchment paper so we can line the tin with it, and it'll make it really easy to pull out afterwards. I'll just show you. I have my piece of parchment paper. I am just going to place it in the tin and let the edges hang over. Your parchment paper is bigger than your tin. That's fine. You want that. So when it gets bigger than your tin, you can have these like overhangs. It's not the prettiest, but I'm sorry. You have this overhang, so when you pour the batter in, you bake the bread. When it comes out, you can just easily lift it from the parchment paper. You don't have to worry about like sticking your knife in it or like poking the bread. It comes out beautifully. So this is just gonna sit on the side while we make our batter. Okay, so I'm gonna mix all my dry ingredients together. So I have a medium bowl. My flour, the 1.5 cups goes in here. And then I'm going to mix in the baking soda. just like a pinch or two, nothing too much. And then grab a whisk, and then you're just gonna whisk it all together until it's fully incorporated. Once that's done, you can just put it aside, and we're just gonna work on mixing together our brown sugar and butter now. I lost my bowl. So I have a large bowl here. I'm gonna put my brown sugar in it, and then I have the half a stick of the room temperature butter. It's also gonna go in. And then also we want the sour cream to go into this as well. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I have my brown sugar, my sour cream, my butter, and I'm gonna use a stand mixer to mix it all up, and that will be about 4 minutes long for the mixing. Here it is. I'm gonna put it on like a medium-high speed, just to get it going. Sometimes you'll have like clumps of the sugar on the side, so I'm just gonna grab a spatula and like scrape them in so they can get mixed in. Let me show you. This is what the bowl is looking like right now. It's not very it's still very wet from the butter. Has a little bit of a darker color, but you should see at the end that it's like much lighter in color, and it's gonna be like almost fluffy. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes now. I really don't go based on time, more of like what the thing looks like, but so this is what the mixture looks like now. It's a lot lighter, as you can see. It's like a lot fluffier, and this is gonna be perfect for what we're working with. So once you mix up the brown sugar, sour cream, and butter, you're gonna wanna take your 2 eggs and add them one at a time and mix in between each egg adding. So 1 egg is going in, and then I'm just gonna mix it until it's incorporated, and then do the same thing for the next egg. That's pretty good. It's just very fast on a low speed. The egg will quickly be incorporated. I'm just gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl to get anything that we've not gotten in, and then the second egg goes in. And then we're just gonna do the same thing, mixing in the egg on like a low speed. Okay, so the batter is looking good so far. We haven't added any of the flour or anything, so it's just our eggs and our other wet ingredients. It's very soupy now that the eggs are in. You can see it's like just very liquidy. Okay, so we have our wet stuff all mixed up. We're just gonna take our flour mixture over here, and we're gonna add it in and combine it at a very slow speed just to get it mixed in. You don't wanna mix it too much when the flour goes in. It'll like change the texture of your bread. So we're gonna add it, and then basically right until we see that it's all combined, we're gonna stop mixing and then add in our bananas. So flour is going in. Okay, perfect. And then just at a low speed, I'm going to mix it. It's pretty much mixed. There's still some stuff on the side, so again, I'm just gonna scrape it down. It's much more thicker, like it's not liquidy, and that's because of the flour. The flour is bringing everything together. So this is what we have. We're gonna put in our bananas, our mushed up bananas. And then once again, just mixing it on a low speed until it's all incorporated. Not too long. So we're done with the mixer. I'm just gonna put this aside, and then so your banana batter is all set to go if you want to put it in the oven I like to put chocolate chips in mine, so I'm going to do that. You can also put like walnuts or pecans if you like any nuts. But yeah, I typically like to go with chocolate chips, and it tastes really delicious because it's like a little extra sweet surprise. I'm just gonna like dump in as much as I feel like it's right. If you like less chocolate chips, put in less. If you like more, put in more. No big deal. So chocolate chips are going in. That should be enough. And then I'm just going to fold the batter, fold in those chocolate chips to make sure everything gets nice and incorporated, all mixed together. Okay, so this is looking delicious. It's not baked yet, obviously, but this is what the batter is looking like. You can see I still have chunks of banana in it, and then you can see those chocolate chips are in there. And it's very soupy, so it's ready to be baked at this point. So we have our pan from before, and then you're just going to pour all of this batter all in, making sure we get everything. It fits. I think this is a 9x5 pan. I used an 8x4. That works fine if you have an 8x4. And also, like I said before, if you wanted to make muffins, you could just pour maybe like a third of a cup, half a cup into a muffin tin, each of the little muffin tins. And instead of, I think we're baking this for about an hour, you would just bake the muffins for about 20-25 minutes, and you can just test them when you hit that 20-minute mark, just to make sure like everything, they're not overcooked or undercooked. So I'm just gonna flatten the top a little bit, and then my oven is done preheating. So this is what, hopefully you can see, this is what it looks like. And so I'm gonna pop it in the oven for I think about 60 minutes. It's gonna be smelling really delicious at the end, but yeah, 60 minutes in the oven, and we'll check on it when it comes out. Just be careful when you're putting it in that you don't burn the hands. So yeah, now we just wait. I took my bread out of the oven. It looks really great. It has some good coloring on it, and so now I'm just gonna let it cool for about an hour or so, and then we can cut into it and see how delicious it'll taste. It's been a while now, and I think my banana bread is done cooling, so I'm going to take it out of the tin and slice into it so you can finally try it. Like I said before, these overhangs of the parchment really help with taking it out, because now I can just lift the banana bread out, and it's just so much easier than having to deal with trying to like get it out of the tin. So yeah, here's the banana bread. The parchment comes off really easily, and then let me grab a knife so we can cut into it. It's definitely a little bit on the dark side, but that's totally okay. It'll still taste amazing. I'm just gonna cut a corner. You can see what it looks like on the inside. Let's see what happened. Okay, so here is the banana bread. You can see I still have chunks of banana left in mine because I didn't mush it up as much, and that's how I kind of like it. But if you didn't like it, you can always mush it up more. There's chocolate chips in it. You can put nuts in it, like I said before. Someone said raisins. If you're a fan of raisins, go for it. But yeah, it's really looking delicious, and it's really easy to make, so I hope you like it.